Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today, come build a knife with me. This one here is basically a very nice gift idea that you can do yourself or gift to a knife lover in your life, right? This is like Legos for knife and EDC enthusiasts. The brand here is JIN, build your own knife, and I have featured them in the channel before. Of course, I'll have this one linked down below, as well as every other product you see in this video. This knife, by the way, is the REMETTE Woodpecker. This thing is absolutely epic with that ice titanium and the removable scale right here, looking really nice. So check out that video if you haven't already. This thing is awesome. But moving on to this guy, what are we building today? These are always fun. We have built many different models from JIN before, and it's always a fun process to obviously build your own knife. Most of the knives that we buy come already built, but if you want to learn the basics of what's in a knife, obviously this is always a good experience. So it already comes with its own hardware, right? T6 and T8 screwdrivers right there. We have some additional lubricant right here with its own little dedicated tip, which I give them props, right? Everything is nicely sealed. There is no mess of grease everywhere. And then you have an envelope right there, okay? And an envelope right here. What's going on? You got mail.
You've got mail.
So how do we do this, right? This is different than how they have done it in the past. So I'm assuming, there we go, right? All the parts are on the two different envelopes. Here we have basically everything, wiping cloth and the pocket clip. All right, so that's looking good. We have a spring, what is that? 1, 2, 3 coil springs and 3 different, what looks to be T6 hardware, right? Or screws. We have everything else right here. Check that out. All right, we got the pivot, the ball bearings, additional screws, additional hardware. I'm assuming these are probably backup and these are the core ones that we would use. So I'll probably start with this one first. But of course, the awesome thing is you don't have to guess, right? You can simply look at the instructions. It walks you step by step. You'll see exactly how that works in a moment. And on the next envelope, right? Next bit of mail here. By the way, to my JIN team, I have been in communication with them multiple times. All super awesome people, guys. This whole packaging experience right here, right? Thumbs up compared to in the past. Not that there was anything wrong with it, but this one just feels so much more premium. Here we go. All right, we got the different scales. Okay, so these are G10 scales. It's interesting how they already come with the liner in place. It is a recessed liner, so it's already inside of the G10. I'm sure you could remove or take these out if you wanted to. So that's handle number 1. And here is handle number 2. And here's a demo of that. See, liner and handle for my folks who are learning about knives, right? Handle scale, handle liner. You get the idea. So we got that right there. Boom. And I'm sure this is the blade right here. What kind of blade are we working with? It's a drop point sheep's foot blade. Ooh, that's an interesting looking one right there. It's looking like a sheep's foot harpoon, right? Little reverse tanto harpoonish. Definitely looks nice, I'll tell you that. It's beautiful satin finish on it. They went with 9CR 18 MOV. Would have loved to have seen 14C 28N. So JIN team, right? If you guys are watching this, which I know you guys probably are at some point, this is awesome for the budget standard these days. D2 or 14C 28N, absolutely a great way to go. So you're probably wondering, I could just go through this video, not even knowing where to start, but I'm gonna do the right thing. I'm gonna follow the instruction. Congratulations, you have built your own knife. Well, we're not there yet, okay? Let's take it one step at a time here, shall we? Okay, let's find the step 5. Where is step 1? We got our parts list. All right, there's everything right there in case you want to pause the video. And we start right over here with step 1. All right, so there's your step 1. If you guys want to pause. What kind of locking mechanism are we doing here? This is interesting, right? This doesn't seem to be a liner lock. So I am now intrigued. So, hopefully you guys are too. I mean, I'm trying to find out. I thought it was going to be a liner lock, but it does not seem to be that way. But let's see. We'll find out soon enough. I'm going to get the hardware out here. It's always good if you can use a little metallic tray like this one, right? That way your stuff doesn't go flying everywhere. It's always a good approach. And I'm just going to go ahead and dump everything right in there. This is why you use metallic stuff. This one stop pin went flying. Got the ball bearings right here. All right, I'm going to use those right here in just a moment. Those are probably not going to go anywhere. All right, so we got to start with the D-shape pivot. And we're going to insert this guy. It looks like we start with this handle right here. And I have my instructions just outside of the screen right here, so you guys are going to be following along. By the way, welcome to my office. This is what it looks like outside of the boundaries of my, of the video shot, if you would. So actually, before we do that, I'm going to go ahead and put my 2 standoffs. So I got a standoff number 1. No, these are thumb studs. This one's also a thumb stud. It looks like it's going to be a thumb stud deployment. Here are the standoffs right over here. The camera can focus. There we go. I'm going to put 1 here, right, like that. And then I'm going to tighten it up. And again, this is something you want to take your time with, right? I'm not trying to rush through it or anything, and neither should you. I mean, obviously, given the power of editing, I may skip some parts, but, T6 screw right here on my T6 screwdriver. And yeah, just have some patience. Think of it like Legos for knife enthusiasts. There we go. All right, let me get this guy nice and tight. And I might, tighten it up even more later. But all right, well, 1 standoff down, 1 more to go. Here's the other one. And rinse and repeat. Find me a screw for this one. All right, so there are 2 types of screws. There is the pocket clip screw. Those don't have a head that is the head on those is not too thick. All right, that's going to be a pocket clip screw. I want the ones with the slighter, thicker head, like that. So it's just something to keep in mind right there for the buddy screws. And again, you don't have to over torque these. All right, just give it some torque there, bam, boom. Yeah, you don't want to strip anything, so just take your time. Don't over torque stuff. All right, so now we should, sir, you go back in there. Now we should be good for the D-shape pivot. All right, this is why you read the instructions. Sometimes even reading the instructions, you may skip some stuff. So there we go. All right, let's get there. And now I need to get my oil out here and ready to go. We have just enough oil for this installation. And again, this is a very clean application. These used to be very, very messy in the past, but they have certainly improved their game. So now it comes with a little seal cap right here. Yeah, I gotta show you guys. It comes with a seal cap, so the oil doesn't just go everywhere, and then you get to take that out yourself, just like that, and put in the new little tip right here. I'm not sure if it screws in place or not. Oh yeah, it snaps in place. Oh yeah, so that's good to go right there. We're making progress here, guys. Let's go ahead, and now that we have this ready to go, oil's ready, we're gonna go ahead and put our ball bearing cage right there. We're gonna apply maybe a drop, like a triangle. All right, a little bit here, a little bit there, and a little bit right here. We don't want to overdo it. That should be enough because the whole thing is going to move here in just a second. So, all right, we have completed steps 1 and 2. All right, hopefully you guys are making progress alongside with me. Now, we're going to put on the blade, and we got to put on the stop pin. It looks like it has an internal stop pin. There's a cutout on the blade for the stop pin. Ooh, oh, wait a second. This is a plunge lock button lock, guys. This is insane. So we're actually, it makes sense. It makes sense why we have coil springs. We are putting together a plunge lock button lock. So yeah, just got a whole lot more exciting, I'll tell you that. So this is cool. I've done liner locks in the past and stuff like that, but a whole plunge lock button lock, I mean, come on, sign me up. So the next step will be, well, we got this hole here and we got this one here. All right, this might be on the other side. Okay, there we go. All right, making sense. So this is going to be our button, right, for the plunge lock button lock right here, and it's going to go through this circular hole right there. That makes sense. Yeah, see, like that. Hopefully it's not going to stick out that much. We'll see once it's done. And then we can go ahead and put on our blade, which is again nicely protected here so you don't cut yourself. So only remove this until the very end. See, how do we do this? Okay, so you got to insert it in here first, and then put both of them down at the same time. There we go, just like that. That's exactly what the instructions tell you to do, by the way. All right, so we're looking good here. Then the next step is going to be our ball bearing on this other side. Come on now. All right, here we go. We're going to apply some oil there. All right, and then you ever wonder what makes a knife blade stay in place and not break its neck? It's called the stop pin. All right, so this guy right here, this barrel looking thing, is going to make sure that the blade only opens up until that spot and that spot only. Now, how am I going to keep it? There you go. It's now in place. There we go. Perfect. All right, well, actually, we are cruising right along here with the instructions. All right, hopefully you guys are keeping up. Then we're going to put the liner on the other side first. That should tighten things up, and then go from there. So like, sir, can I have my liner? Thank you. And let's see. All right, all the holes should line up here perfectly, just like that. Bam. All right, so it actually fell in place here. So the standoffs are good to go, right? The pivot is in place, the stop pin, and the hole here for the button lock. So we're actually doing pretty okay for our plunge lock button lock build here. The next thing to do will be to put the spring, and again, we have one spring here, and they gave you 3 backups. So I mean, like, come on. You have to go crazy with the spring here to lose it or something, and you still got some backup. All right, we got that. Next is the actual scale. Okay, so this scale, this hole right here, this cutout is going to keep the spring in place right there. And I just got to line everything here perfectly, the best that I can, and push down on it like that. Did that fall in place? Hopefully. There we go. You want to test the button, make sure you're getting that spring reaction. Push it down, make sure it comes up on its own. And if the blade was to close, then it goes up all the way. All right, it's doing the job. All right, it's doing the job. Wait, hold on. We're not done yet, sir. Stay there like that. Okay, so I'm gonna hold it like this because it is under that coil tension right there. I'm going to put the pivot first. Right, it's the biggest screw I got here, and just line this one up here. Maybe I can give it a few turns with my thumb. That would help a little bit. Switch to the orange T8 screwdriver here. Bam. Give it decent tighten. There we go. And then I want to come back to that in a moment here. Fine tune everything. Get some more body screws. Again, these have the little thicker heads as compared to the pocket clip screws that have a thinner head. So there we go. These guys. Go ahead and place one there. Green screwdriver for T6. Bam. And the other T6. There we go. Come on, sir. Come on, sir. Would you like to stay in place? I'm trying to make a YouTube video here. That will be appreciated. All right. Pretty cool there. Bam. Boom. Just a little checkup all throughout. The fact that they are putting a captive pivot is absolutely really nice. So there we go. I might tune that a little bit here in just a second, but we're actually pretty close to being almost done, right? These are the steps that we just did. And, oh yeah, the last thing is to add some thumb studs. So you could rock it without thumb studs, just using the opening hole, or you could add the thumb studs and of course the pocket clip. That's important. So let's go ahead and do that. It's a reversible pocket clip, which is nice. It's also a deep carry pocket clip. So I can tell you, JIN, right, they have been doing their research for sure, right? Absolutely shows. So I am going to definitely mount the pocket clip on this side. And then I'm going to get my screw right here. All right, quit screwing around, sir. Get it? Screwing around. Me and my dad jokes. Again, did I mention patience is important? I mean, it should be, it's probably in the instructions, right? So here are all the parts. Here's the step-by-step guide. Step 1, just have some patience. And yeah, make sure you do this as, you know, a nice little, you know, decompressing hobby at the end of a long day. Just take your time with it, enjoy the process. Fidgeting around with magnetic screws and screwdrivers and whatnot. Come on, sir. There's a hole there, and you're supposed to go in there. All right, do you understand the assignment? Yes or no? Okay, good. All right, so that one went in there. Get this other one. Or can I get you to stay in there like that? Yes, no, perfect. All right. So, I mean, this is all the hardware that was here. I wonder if, so this one comes out a little bit through the inside. There's a little bit of the lengthier one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace that one. Yeah, that is a thicker kind. I mean, I'm spending the whole video telling you guys the difference between one screw and the other, how one has a thicker head than the other, and so on. And then I just go ahead and put a long screw on here. All right, and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, we have a pocket clip installed. Those are Chicago screws. They sit flat. The pocket clip is even inset, right? That's why you have this cutout on the G10, right? And it is deep carry and reversible for my lefties out there, which is nice. Got this little star cut out here for the JIN branding, if you would. And I think it's that moment, right? Is it that moment? I mean, we might put the studs, yeah, the thumb studs later on, but let's go ahead and test this thing. All right, if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Ooh, okay, here we go. Let's just try the button first. All right, I might have to play around with it a little bit, break it in. Maybe I tighten it up a little bit. Oh, she sings. She definitely sings. All right, guys, that is awesome. Now, reverse flick here kind of has one of those concept Lucky style. I think, was it the Lucky? One of those interesting little cutouts here, right? It's kind of like a line instead of a circle. Oh, there we go. Got to build some detent resistance. Right here, we don't have a detent on a knife like this, right? The plunge grind, the actual cylinder right there is working as the detent. So trying to get it. There we go, reverse flick. So it might be a little bit closer to up here and then flick forward. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now we got it going. So we can do that. All right, fail every once in a while, but then get a snappy open once you get the hang of it. Bam. All right, so that's feeling good. We can also probably thumb deploy off of the hole. All right, same deal here. We need to, there we go, calibrate for the best way. And if you want a smoother experience, again, it's up to you. You can put on the thumb studs. I might just do that. But we got this front flipper. Oh man, front flipper works really good too. Yup. Wow. Okay, yeah, it's actually getting better and better. And I just built this, right, to get that satisfaction of, hey, I put this together. You know what I mean? So, oh, that's a snappy open right there, guys. Man. Nice. Obviously, this blade is going to be really good for utility cuts and draw cuts, right? Pretty awesome package opener right here, no doubt about it. Right, slow roll. Feels good. Kind of tuning that reverse flick. And of course, the ergos for being this tiny of a knife. If you go the standard grip, right, pinky is going to be way out here. But look at this, right? Good old finger chola right there. Get a full purchase. And the thumb lines up perfectly right here with this harpoon. Like that, and you're good to go, man. You're good to. This is gonna be your Amazon box destroyer on, opening up packages and things like that, right? On a nice small package right here with a beautiful satin finish. This is by far, I think this is probably one of my favorite kits from JIN Knives, right? Build your own knife right here. This thing is pretty sweet, guys. Wow. All right, so let's see if we can do the thumb studs here, shall we? DIY or thumb stud situation ourselves. I'm sure just gotta line it up. And here, tying it up one with the other. There we go, like that. And the good thing about these is you can, take them off if you need to. Now, if I want it a little bit tighter than that, I can use my T8. Actually, no, this would be a T6. This will be a T6. So if I tighten from here, it's going to move the other side. But is it moving anymore? No, actually, it's actually pretty tight right there. But you could get a T6 on both sides. By the way, you can tell I've done my fair share of these different JIN kits. I got my fair share of T6 green screwdrivers and T8 orange screwdrivers, as you can see. So check out those older builds here on the channel. If you haven't already, I'll leave some link down below, so you guys can check those out as well, see which one you prefer. All right, so this is what I mean. I got a T6 and a T6 now. Just want to tighten it just a bit, nothing crazy. There we go, that should be enough. All right, so let's see, with the thumb stud now, is there any different? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh, that thumb stud changes things, absolutely. And then, can I still use the hole here? No. I probably want to use a thumb stud here with my nail. Oh yeah, feels good. I think the thumb studs are a keeper, I'm not gonna lie. So I might carry it with the thumb studs for a while, take them off after a while, see which one I like the most. But the fact that you can do both, hole opening or thumb stud deployment, either one is, I mean, you got options. You got options here. Man, this is epic, right? Never did I imagine. I mean, it just kind of goes to show, right? Sometimes you get a knife, it seems complicated, it seems like a long process, but no, I mean, it's actually a very simple process. You can understand so much of the basics of a knife by just putting one together yourself, going step by step like I just did. I mean, there's Lego sets out there that are way more complicated than this is. I mean, this is, what was that, like 6 different steps, 1 through 6, and we got ourselves an awesome Bucks Cutter EDC knife right here, looking awesome. I mean, come on. Let me get you some measurements here so you have a ballpark. This thing is around just shy of 5 1/4, so like 5.15. Actually, no, 5 1/4, right? 5 1/4 inches right there. The cutting path is going to be under 2 inches or just close to 2 inches. The blade length is going to be under 2 1/4, like 2.15, and the handle length is going to be just shy of 3 1/4, like 3.15, 3.2. And a quick read on this bad boy here, just to kind of complete the whole package, right? How much is this guy weighing at? I want to say somewhere around 2 ounces. So I'm going to give it 2 ounces, more or less. Oh, look at that, 2.5 ounces. Haven't done one of these blind guesses in a while. 70 grams or 2.5 ounces, guys. So again, not bad at all for the smaller EDC. Can be a secondary, can be your dedicated, right, box opener, you name it, guys. So let me know your thoughts on this one. It wouldn't be a Miguel EDC video if we don't do a scientific cutting test, right? You know what I mean? Let's see. Oh yeah, 9CR 18 MOV, right? Forward choke position right here. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Now you don't have a lot of cutting path, obviously. It's a smaller knife, but as long as you keep the cut right on the edge right there, yeah, it's gonna cut really good. And as far as the cardboard, remember when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular but at an angle. It's gonna look something like this. Don't sink this corner right here, as long as you don't do that. There we go. Or you don't run out of cutting path. All right, so maybe I'm gonna do it a little bit slower. There we go. Keeping the cut consistent so I can keep everything on the actual edge. Oh yeah, guys, flat grind, putting in work. Would have loved to have seen it in 14C 28N, but this is definitely getting the work done. All right, and you guys go ahead and rate that factory edge on a scale from 1 through 10. How sharp is it, right? You guys let me know. Well, there you have it, guys. That is a quick unboxing and build and overview of this new JIN model 006R. I'm sure this one has a name as well, which will be in the description somewhere. Future me, slap it on the screen if I haven't already in the video. But man, now that I put those thumb studs on there, this thing came alive. Reverse flick, right? Thumb deployment, deploying off of the actual button. This thing is going to be a very, very fidgety one. And given the size, I'm sure my wife is going to want to snatch it from me, right, as soon as she sees it. Let me know your thoughts on this one, guys. What do you love about it? What do you like about it? Is there anything you dislike about it? Let me know. Let's hang out in the comment section down below. Shout out to JIN, Build Your Own Knife, for sending this one in for me to check out and share with you guys. Again, this knife and every other product you saw in this video will be linked down below so you guys can check it out. Makes a great gift idea, right, for the knife lovers in your life. Your dad, your grandpa, right, whoever's into knives in your life, this will be a nice little thoughtful detail right here. They get to build your own knife and have fun and learn. And, you know, if they're already into knives, I mean, it's going to be a nice little gift idea there, no doubt. Hope you guys really enjoyed this one. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, and I'll see you on the next one, either this one or this one. Peace.